And we are live. All right. I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. Everybody's doing good. We've got a full docket tonight, and hopefully, Crazy and Alice will get to make it. At the moment, they're having computer difficulty, internet connection difficulties like Shrubby. Well, Shrubby right now, everybody keep Shrubby and his mom in your thoughts and prayers. Uh, she's still in the hospital with her hip replacement. So keep her in your thoughts and prayers, guys. Um, uh, she really can use them. And when Shrubby told her that we're keeping her in our thoughts and prayers, he said that hit her really hard and made her feel good. So, you know what that means. Keep her in your thoughts and prayers, everybody.
Yep.
And we got stupid cats being stupid cats at the moment.
You're a stupid cat, aren't you? Yes, you are.
Yeah, they're being stupid.
What movie was that from, Richard?
I can't remember right offhand.
That was
Hold on.
Mouse Hunt.
Yeah.
So
One of my favorite movies actually was Mouse Hunt.
And
strange.
let's see, where was I at again? Oh yeah, keep Shrubby's mom in your thoughts and prayers. Crazy and Alice is having internet difficulties. The big story that they brought with us today is the UFC champion event thing for the 250th.
It was a great show.
And so if they can't make it tonight, we're going to postpone that subject to next week because they won't be able to do it tomorrow night because it's going to be Alice's late day at the surgical center. Because if that wasn't the case, we would postpone tonight's fireside chat till tomorrow. But unfortunately, she's got to work late tomorrow and wouldn't be able to do it. But we've got multiple. We got, like I said, a full docket tonight. Some of them is lighter than others, thankfully. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Karmelo Anthony trial update. The Gerwig's Narnia movie. Oh God, that's everything I've been seeing is making it obvious this movie is gonna suck in the bad way, if you guys know what I mean. We've got a big time Palworld Nintendo lawsuit update coming. Rob Schneider is going to pay the Christian baseball players fines for putting Bible verses on their pride stuff. We got a minor bricks and minifigs update. We've got some heartbreaking news coming out of the entertainment industry, saying goodbye to a really amazing actress who almost everybody here has heard her voice. So, and news about a TV host is now battling an aggressive form of cancer. Then if Alice and Crazy makes it this week, we will talk about the UFC event that happened on the White House grounds. And we will be ending tonight on the release of the Grooming Gang report coming out of the UK. I'm going to let everybody know. All right, hold on. All right, Juaraevo, make sure you've got
I got the tangent bell handy.
How
and the
about
rant bell. Don't forget the rant bell. And
How about the spray bottle if we need it?
yep, that's already ready for you. And of course, Chippy is actually thinking about expanding his palette from just his usuals to the politicians who betray the most vulnerable citizens for the past 50 fucking years. Ooh, making me mad, making me mad. But we're going to introduce our panel for tonight. It's a very small panel. We will start out with our Grim Reaper.
Hello, hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here tonight in such august company and with such a fine chat as yourselves. I'm looking forward to putting the tombstone down on somebody tonight. And I think we know what politicians they're going to be.
Yeah, whole bunch of British chuckle no nuts that, oh God, this is pretty bad.
I
The
just hope. I just hope.
number of little girls that we know of is so high, it's not even funny. It's terrifying.
Well, I'm ready to give it to them.
Yep. And Kesh,
Yep.
you're up. Tell everybody who you are.
Oh, I'm just a bottle of eldritch goop. You find me here and there on the web sometimes.
All right. And then we have my usual co-host here, Wavo. Tell everybody about yourself.
Greetings, mortals. I am totally not a pre-recorded bot.
Yep. Very true. All right.
Allegedly.
We will start out with the Karmelo Anthony trial update. The stuff that's been coming out about this and the race baiting and things of this nature, that was a pretty much a cut and dry case of murder. Any lawyer worth their salt would have said, look, kid, this is accept a plea deal for manslaughter. You'll get out in 7 years. The Anthony family did that GoFundMe thing where they raised, how much money was it again?
I think it was. I know it was 6 digits. Was it like 200,000 or something like that?
No, it was a hell of a lot more than that.
I thought it was like 450 actually.
That they raised so much money they were able to buy $150,000 Cadillac Escalade. Hey, Big Dave K, how you doing, brother? If you want to jump up here on the panel, drop me a line and I'll send you the link. It was a shit ton of money. And then they also were able to get themselves this really sweet house in a gated community. Bought brand spanking new, high quality kicks for the rest of the kids. The mouthpieces that went to work that was doing their PR shit has come out saying that they got hoodwinked by the Anthony parents here, because all that money was supposed to go for Karmelo Anthony's defense. And instead, they said he was indigent and got him a public defender.
What?
Yeah. And
Did you say indigent?
indigent, yes.
Yeah, he was broke.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that. I'd never heard that word before.
And Big Day K says he's doing all right, just busy with some pitch I am working on. Wait, I did not know you were a cricket player, man.
I think he probably means advertising.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to.
Well, I say when I hear the word pitch, I think basketball, or not basketball, baseball. Excuse me.
Yeah, I know. But we've got a baseball story coming up in here, and I figured we'd do the cricket thing. And he says, it's an animation pitch for my project. Oh, sweet, dude. That sounds cool. Now, anyway, the fact that Karmelo family went out of their way to make this whole thing centered around race when it didn't need to be. Mr. Metcalf, the father of the victim, forgave Karmelo, and he tried desperately to work with the Anthony family to de-escalate this and try to make things to ease it through. And instead, they ruthlessly attacked the man and the Metcalf family, which I've been pretty quiet up until this point publicly about how I felt about this. This case, all I can say is the parents, Anthony's parents, are vile, despicable, disgusting people. They didn't even stay with him when the verdict was read. They were not there for the sentencing. They were not there for their son during the victim statements. They left him there all by himself while he sat there and cried. Do y'all guys know who it was that was comforting him while he was bawling like a baby after he got told he was going to spend 35 years in prison?
Was that a lawyer?
Was his lawyer. That was it.
God dang.
Yes. And he got told that if he didn't stop bawling, that they had to take him out of the courtroom until he could get himself back under control before they finished the process.
I mean, I got to say, though, it was very evident as a person who's interested in use of force law and self-defense cases and things like that. It was crystal clear that he was going to lose this way before the trial started.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I do want to, while I have some feelings similar to the ones you're having about the actions these parents took, I'm also keeping in mind that it was crystal clear what the verdict was going to be, and the sentence was not going to be favorable.
Well, in many ways, I have talked to people quietly and privately about this case. And one of the things that we were saying is the fact that Karmelo's parents sacrificed him so they could provide for the other kids that they still had. Hey, Tim, what's up? Tim says, what's the topic? Right now we're discussing a minor Karmelo Anthony trial update of basically the people that had been supporting Karmelo Anthony throughout this whole thing and pretty much made this whole thing about race are now turning against Karmelo Anthony's parents because they've seen the things that we saw, but we got called racist for it. And they're now calling this shit out. And it's ridiculous. But what really has gotten a lot of people that were sitting there talking about, well, why was there no blacks on the jury? Well, the biggest reason why was when they were being questioned while they were trying to impanel the jury, they asked them, if the evidence proves that he murdered in cold blood, can you convict him? And the black prospective jurors said no, they couldn't, in their in good conscience, put another black boy in prison. So they were dismissed.
Can I point something out about that?
Yeah, you can.
All right, so I've seen some like statistics gathered based upon like jurors and defendants along racial demographics, and when there's a white juror that is asked whether to convict a white defendant, about 39% of the time they convict. When it comes to a white juror and a black defendant, it's about 32% of the time. So it's a reduction. But the same thing in reverse, when it is a black juror and a white defendant, they convict about 74% of the time. And when it is a black juror and a black defendant, it's about 24% of the time. So with white jurors, it tends to be roughly equal, a little bit biased towards the black juror. And when it's a black juror, it is heavily biased by about a factor of 3 towards the a black defendant over a white defendant. I mean, like the numbers aren't even close.
Yeah,
So like I mean, I'm glad that these people were honest about their bias, but there is a serious problem with bias that strong.
it depends on the jurisdiction, Tim, if it's against the law or not. Tim said in chat, someone took a whiz on the victim's grave, sadly, and Juaraevo responded with multiple people did.
Yeah,
And
I've been seeing that all over the place.
And one of the people who took a piss on Austin Metcalf's grave is a rapper. He's a known rapper.
That's hardly surprising.
And yes, that's one of those things that should be all across the board. The only times I think that it should be legal to take a piss or a shit on somebody's grave is if they cheated on you. That's it. Did they cheat on you in a relationship? Then you have the right to dig a hole and have it, or your poop goes straight into their coffin. And yes, imagine if it was in reverse. People would be losing their shit at decrying racism. And that's the part that really pisses me off, is I can't stand that type of hypocrisy. If you're going to do something, the rules have to be straight up across the board. That's the only way this system works. And Tim also has said that the only times you should be allowed to do it is if they've moved your favorite sports team. You're still upset that the Chicago Bears are moving out of Chicago, huh?
Nah, wait, does he live in Chicago? My condolences. No. If he actually lives in Chicago, we should feel sorry for him.
I did it. I do.
And he says, Cleveland Browns fan. Yeah. Well, I still can remember when people were trying to say that the Cleveland Browns was named after black people, and they were trying to make it about a racial thing, kind of like with the Redskins. And people were like going, "Are you fucking high? The Browns were named after the football coach." And Tim goes, "I'm not a Bears fan, but I've been to that area a lot." Cool, brother.
The Cleveland Browns. What was their coach? Was their coach's last name Brown?
Yes,
but he was voiced by Mike Henry. So,
oh, you didn't say that. Tell me. Tell me you didn't say. I got to know, as a former Chicagoan, Richard, did they say where the team is moving to?
Indiana. And Zachary is in the chat. Hey, son. But yeah, this whole thing it's ridiculous. I'm thinking about doing a deep dive, which will probably end up being an exclusive on Rumble because of the controversy. And Zachary says England just had a 4-2 win in the World Cup. Oh, cool. We'll be
that's
talking
pretty good for soccer.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the World Cup next week and how a lot of the Europeans came to the United States, and they're talking about how they're upset with the people that lied to them about how bad the United States was, that they're falling in love with the United States.
Oh yeah. They keep
So,
eating the food here and being like, "Now I know why they're fat."
yeah, that and the fact that they said that they can't believe how friendly the American people are to them. And whenever they go to the grocery stores, they freak out that the grocery stores are so fracking huge. And we're like, no, this is actually a small grocery store. If you want to see the big one, it's over yonder. They're like, what? It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Because one of my favorite YouTube channels is this British couple who they started their channel so they could show off their the fact that they had came to the United States on vacation. They rented an RV and they drove around the United States for I think it was like 2 or 3 months just to see the United States. And they were like, they fell in love with the United States, and they have been trying to legally immigrate to the United States from the UK. And I can tell you, if
Those are the people we want.
yeah, those are the people we want, but it is hard as hell for people to immigrate from northern Europe, be it the United Kingdom, Ireland, the Scandinavian countries, France, Germany. It's extremely hard for those people from those countries to immigrate to the United States. We went through hell trying to get after I got married to Emma to get Emma and Jack here to be able to stay legally for their green card. It used to be whenever you got married, it was an automatic thing.
Oh, it was Emma. Emma was not, your wife was not a citizen?
No, she was a British citizen.
Okay.
Oh, look at the UK and their new ban will be. Yeah, they're the social media stuff, everything except for Blue Sky, they're wanting to ban. It's insane. Sturmer's gone crazy, man.
Except for Blue Sky.
Yeah,
And I mean, Blue Sky of all the places. I mean, like, well, actually, no. I guess I'm thinking of Threads. Like, whenever I see ads for Threads, it's always like somebody, obviously shilling their OnlyFans content or whatever.
Yeah. It's Sturmer is showing a very authoritarian thing, which we will be talking about him at the end, because when we talk about the grooming gang report that was released, because Sturmer is one of the reasons why it stayed under the radar for so long. And like I said, Wavo, make sure you got the rant bell ready, because this is one of those stories that's going to really piss me off. But next week, if Crazy Horse and Alice can't get their internet fixed before the end, we'll be doing the UFC event next week, along with the World Cup discussion, because that's two big event things I really want to talk about. Even though I don't know that much about the UFC, I used to play soccer. I love playing soccer. I missed being able to play soccer. But that's beside the point. Next up, we've got the Narnia movie that Gerwig is making. And everything I've been seeing about this, it looks like it's going to suck in the bad way.
Then again, that should be expected from a Netflix movie.
Yeah. I mean, Meryl Streep as Aslan.
What?
You heard that.
Yeah.
That's only the first thing.
Yeah. Not only that, they are race swapping the what was the character's name? The cabbie and his wife Helen.
The Ice Queen will now be the Asphalt Queen.
Hold on, let me see where I put it. Because I'm trying to remember. I can't remember Uh, Frank the cabbie and his wife Helen, the first king and queen of Narnia, have been race swapped to black. Yeah, Aslan is the lion that's supposed to be the representative of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And Meryl Streep's going to be doing his voice. And every time she's done a voice, she's always done it straight up female voice. So go figure.
I mean, it'd be tough for her to do otherwise.
Now, then they're also changing the time that the magician's nephew is going to be taking place, because it's originally supposed to be in the early 1900s. So they're changing it up to be set in the 1950s. Thus, whenever they do The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, it will be set in the 1990s and not the 1940s.
What?
Okay. All right. I mean, there's not like too many game-breaking things there, maybe, depending how they play it.
Well, remember, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the whole reason why the kids were there was the fact that they evacuated the kids from London because of the Blitz.
During World War II.
Yeah, I guess they are missing that.
Yeah.
And the reason why people didn't notice the kids were missing when they went into the wardrobe and disappeared for a while was because it was a chaotic period when a lot of kids went missing for a while. So there's that. And I agree, Zachary. If race is not an important part of a character, it's not really that much of a matter if they change it. But in this case, they're just changing them to change them. And the new Spider-Man movie, he says, I've just watched the newest Spider-Man trailer, and oh my God, it looks good. I hope so too. I haven't seen it yet. And then Tim says, when I get to London again, maybe next fall, one of the places that is on the list of visit is Oxford, and I'll be seeing is Tolkien and Lewis's grave. Yeah, that's something that I got to do when I went in 1990. The first time I was in the UK. I did the I would do the tours when I was in the service, so I could see the countries I went to and interact with the people that lived there. But like I said, the changes that they're making is making me. I'm not the only one that is feeling like this is going to be the worst book to film adaptation that they're going to make of this. I mean, The Magician's Nephew is a prequel to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. All they would have had to have done is make it to where it would have been a lead up to the big trilogy set of movies that they did that people loved in the theaters.
Well, Richard, you see, that's where you're wrong, because that applies logic.
Yeah. Well, Zachary says, I still don't think it's a big deal if they're just changing it to change it. Just as long as the story is still good and the characters are written, I don't really mind.
He's pointing to something that's fine for folks that aren't necessarily seeing the undercurrents of history here. I mean, tell them to look into Kimberly Crenshaw's work and, some of the stuff that's been going on. There's a reason that people are doing this to some of the most beloved stories of our times. And It is a nefarious reason, although it is good to represent other races and all sorts of races of people and all sorts of types of people in a positive light in these kinds of moral stories. Like, it's good for everybody to be able to play a role, but there's a reason that they're doing it as hard as they are and also subverting some of the other elements of the stories, like the definitions of good and evil that are portrayed in the stories. And that's really where the criticism is. It's that they're doing it markedly and shifting what it means to be a hero at the same time. It's not that they're representing other people in hero roles. It's the other stuff that comes with that.
Well, my issue is if the actor fits, then that's all that really. Good stories, good acting. That it's like Idris Elba himself stated, Bond needs to stay a white dude, even though Idris Elba is the one dude that they were talking about as the next Bond that I was like going, yes, because I think he can pull it off. But it's one of those things that, I'm sick and tired of them just doing it to do it. It's like having a black actress play Anne Boleyn, or having black actors and actresses play the king and queen of Norway back in the Middle Ages during the Viking times.
They're not just doing it to do it. No, they're doing it for a much more nefarious reason than that, and that's why it feels like a problem. Because you're right to feel that it's a problem.
Yeah, and
the problem isn't that, quote, they are doing it to do it. The problem is that they are doing it intentionally as a middle finger to historical accuracy.
That and the fact it's an agenda.
They want to rewrite history to make it look like what they want it to have looked like by today's standards.
And that's exactly the difference between cultural appreciation and appropriation. And what they're doing is cultural appropriation with nefarious purposes instead of cultural appreciation. If you want to include other people in a culture, then there's a way to do it, and it's not what we've been seeing for the past decade and a half.
Well, it's like Snape, them making Snape black. That totally changes the makeup of Harry Potter.
Yes. Part of the plot hinges on the fact that he is a white man and a slave owner.
Pure blood.
Harry Potter, Snape, Severus Snape.
Yes.
In Harry Potter, Harry Potter's father and godfathers, they pretty much lynched the dude when they were in school with him. And Harry Potter, the entire series, up until he realizes that he's Dumbledore's agent within Voldemort's place, was like, I just don't like him. I don't know. There's just something about him. I don't like him. And everybody else is like going, what's wrong with you, Harry? That makes it come across really racist if you make Snape black.
Yeah. And then the whole half-blood prince thing.
Snape is described in the books as being so sickly pale with black oily hair, and sickly looking. It is, yeah. And we got ahoy there, American Patriot. Hope you and everyone else are doing well today. Thank you, Icarus. This is one of the guys from my from the BattleTech server that I'm on. But Tim says Gerwig's version of Narnia is going to make the 90s BBC one look good. And I have to agree. The BBC actually, I'm going to admit,
I liked it. I liked it just fine.
I bought it and to watch it after the first couple of movies that they came out with. Hey, Brain Shatter, what's up? If you want a link, let me know. Just so I could watch it. It was okay, but it was not the best book to movie or book to visual adaptation that I've ever seen of any of these things. To me, the Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy is still the best adaptation, but I think he would have been better off if he would have done it as a TV series. But at the time, everybody's like going, "Oh no, you couldn't do that." It took Game of Thrones to prove you could do it, where each book would be a season, or maybe even 2 or 3 seasons for each of those big ass books, because each of the Lord of the Rings books was huge, and there's just so much in it. You could really turn those into TV shows. And my biggest thing about Game of Thrones is the fact that they cut out entire plot lines for the TV series when they actually had the time. They could have done all of the different major plot lines, but they didn't do it because money reasons, I think. But anyway, I just am looking at this. What did you want to say about it, Casey?
Thank you, Richard. I was just thinking back to the point earlier, or something I'd like to branch off of in that direction. I don't have a problem with people being included, but if it's such a big deal today, why aren't there people that are actually going out, researching the material, and coming up with their own stories to include people in the same time period, but that may not directly draw upon the name from the more known work, because that way they have a rich tapestry, a playground to play in. They can do as they like, and people that prefer the original can still have what they like.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem there, Casey, is that would prevent them from being able to fuck up and completely destroy a beloved IP. They want to destroy the IPs.
Very well put.
Coming up with something original prevents them from being able to do that.
They want to destroy more than the IP. They want to destroy the Greek comedy. They want to destroy the hero story. To get altogether every example of it.
Yeah, that's one of the things we were talking about with Star Wars the other day. Tim says if they did it like that with the Lord of the Rings, they would have to film it all at once, just over a year or two, to deal with the whole aging thing with people and the like. And yeah, you're right.
I mean, unless they cast Cher.
No, she's looking her age now, man.
It took a long time, though.
Yeah. It could work as 3 seasons, one for each book, at say 10 to 12 episodes if they did it on HBO. Yeah, if each episode was like 90 minutes to 2 hours each, yeah, I could see that. That would work. They want to make the IP worthless so someone with money can buy it cheaply and keep it. Yeah. It does feel like that. It really does.
Can I also make one other point?
Yeah, go for it.
Because both of these points went back to the main one I wanted to make. One of the big reasons that these people are doing that as well is because for them to actually put out something of their own and, doing as I suggested, that would mean that they wouldn't be able to do the one thing that they do want to do with our beloved properties, cash in on their names.
Yes. But
that's the only thing they want out of our properties. They want the names so that they can go and push out their agenda, and just as Thimla has so eloquently put it, destroy the Greek tragedies and heroes in general.
Yep. And Jamie Lynn Simmons says, "Hi, Casey."
Hello, Jamie. How are you today?
Now, I'm not going to hold my breath, but I am making a statement, and if I am wrong and it turns out pretty good, I will say I was wrong. But then again, whenever I'm wrong, I will say it. Next
we
up
do
is-
have to we do have to pull a doomcock here and state that so far it is just rumor and speculation for the most part.
Yeah. All right. Next up is the Palworld lawsuit update. Take it away, Wavo.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. So, the Nintendo Palworld lawsuit has reached its final stages. The hearing is set for October 1st. And the opinion, which I'm guessing is the explanation behind the judicial decision or whatever, is set for November 9th. This is, from all accounts that I am seeing, Nintendo is poised to lose this lawsuit. And even in the unlikely event that they do win, which I'm seeing they have a very low chance of doing, the most they could walk away with is 5 million yen, or around $30,000. Because they've changed the scope of their lawsuit. So instead of encompassing all versions of Palworld, they are only targeting one or two specific versions of Palworld from the early stages. And if they were to go off of Palworld as it is now, they don't have a case and they know it. And most, if not all, of the patents that they took out for the purposes of this lawsuit have been revoked. They don't have a case, and they know it.
I'm hoping, like we said backstage before we got started, I'm hoping that this is going to be one of those times when the judge slaps the living bejesus out of Nintendo and makes them pay the other side's legal stuff, because this lawsuit is pretty much a frivolous fracking lawsuit.
It was very clear from the beginning that when they said "gotta catch them all," they were talking about STDs. So,
Star Trek Discoveries.
Yep.
Well, it couldn't have been that, because it can't be that hard to catch a pizza cutter.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, Nintendo, according to most sources, has a 0% chance of winning.
Yeah, it's like I said, this is one of those things where they're trying to turn the process into the punishment. Make the other guy spend money they don't have.
Yep.
yeah.
When you've got deep pockets, that's the way a lot of this shit plays out. Like we were talking about with the bricks and minifigs. When the Menzies went in there to try to get their Lego collection back, and they literally got told, "Take us to court. We're gonna make, and we'll drag it out and make you lose money on it. You'll get it back, but it'll be nowhere near what this collection was worth." And when shit like that happens, that's one of the reasons why I've been interested in this. This is one of those times when big company is trying to screw over a cripple who's on his deathbed, and You know me, that pisses me off. That pisses me off big time.
As a cripple yourself, I'm sure you relate to that far too well.
Yeah. If I was to turn my camera on, you would see my TINS unit right now that's going nonstop to help with the sciatic pain right now, just so I can be here to do this. I am in a lot of pain tonight, and I've been in pain going on what, 3 weeks now.
Only 3 weeks.
I'm just hoping that when I see my doctor on the 26th, if she doesn't doesn't get me into the pain clinic ASAP, I am going to be pushing for a new primary care physician, because every time she says she's going to do something, nothing comes of it. I'm still waiting for drugs that she was supposed to send me 4 months ago, including one of the heart medicines that I was supposed to be getting. Let that shit sink in. Oh God, this doctor. Oh man. Anyway, so what else about Palworld lawsuit do we got? When is it going to be?
Okay. The hearing is on October 1st. The court date for the hearing is on October 1st, and this is in Japan.
Okay.
And the opinion is on November 9th.
Okay, cool. So we've got dates now. They're locked in. So this is going to be resolved in November.
Yep. And both sides have presented all of their evidence. And now we just have to wait. Now we just have to wait for the court.
All right, good. Next up is the Major League Baseball has fined Christian players who wrote on their the Pride merch stuff that they were supposed to wear on their uniforms. They wrote Bible verses on their Pride stuff, and the Major League Baseball are saying they're going to fine them for defacing the Pride stuff. And Rob Schneider has come out and said he will pay their fines for them. Now, for those wondering what Bible verses that were being referenced on here, Gerwig, would you please tell them what the Bible verse was? And then Cash is going to read the Bible verse.
Genesis chapter 9, verses 12 through 16.
All right. Now, do you want me to go all the way up to 19 for the whole section? Or just 12 through 16?
Just 12 through 16.
All right, 12 through 16. So this section's titled The Rainbow. And God said, "This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations." By the way, this is in the story of Noah. "I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth." And God, and that would be the next part. There's only 3 more verses after that in the section.
No, that was the Bible verse that they wrote on their Pride.
And that's in the context of the covenant after the flood with Noah to no longer flood the earth and reset it again. after that point.
And Jason Love is asking, "How are you, Richard?" I'm existing. I'm having used my TENS unit really big time right now to get through some sciatic nerve pain, and it's barely. That's one of the reasons why you can hear I am fighting to stay focused. But the show needs to go on because we got some really good stuff to talk about tonight. Now, Rob Schneider saying he will pay these fines, which I'm like, sweet, that's awesome.
You can do it.
Yeah, I mean,
You can do it.
and this was one of the stories that Wavo brought, and I love it because in the Avalar server. And can you tell us more?
Literally, that is all I have. I've not been able to find any other articles or anything on it.
All right.
I mean, so like the players themselves have to be free to express their religion, and if their religion is saying, that these things are ungodly, then for them to see the sign of the rainbow they're required to wear, and then want to bring biblical context to the rainbow in the section of the Bible that specifically mentions the rainbow and its purpose. And there's some more stuff to even be said about that, like the fact that the rainbow points upward toward heaven instead of down at earth and things like that. Like that's what are you going to do? Get in the way of somebody's religious expression if they're willing to wear your rainbow in the first place?
Oh, they've been trying to bar Christian religious expression for decades.
Yeah, it's something that I've been watching 30 to 40 years now.
Well, then you got to give them the good old Austin 316 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's just
Austin 316 says I kicked your ass.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, this is going to be one of those stories we'll be keeping an eye on because this is just, it makes me mad. Then we got our minor bricks and minifigs update. All right, for those of you keeping up with bricks and minifigs, boy, it's looking like a lot of the lawyers that I follow have been talking about the fact that the CEO and the CFO, the two owners of Bricks and Minifigs, has really stepped in it. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get started, Big Dave K says the hatred towards Christians these days is unreal.
Yep.
And yes, it is. And the Bible warns us that's going to happen.
And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. And it says a lot stronger stuff than that.
Oh, yeah.
That the world will hate us because we love God. And it's a fact. It's just the basic fact that's coming. And there's not really much other than that we can do except for keep our eye on the prize and stick by our faith. And that's all we can do. It's just the way it is. And chatty blogger Mikey says, "Hello, Richard, Wavo, Casey, happy birthday, Reaper, and Kashima. How you doing?" Yeah, you pinged me on Facebook, Bubba. I'd ping you back. I just don't know how to do it. But anywho, the bricks and minifig stuff, the lawyers are saying that, they've screwed themselves up. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's different. Alice sent me a picture from work where she's at, and oh, that's interesting. We'll talk about it later.
What?
Anyway, the things that they've been saying about Reckless Ben and the Menzies family has literally made it to where their lawsuit trying to say that Reckless Ben was defaming the company. Yeah, their own their own words that some stuff was done that was wrong has completely destroyed that attempt to shut him up by saying that he's defaming them. And this is some wild shit, man. So if you guys get a chance to look into the bricks and minifigs, I'm gonna tell you, there's so many really good.
What are the specific claims?
All right. Do you know the whole story?
I know broad portions of the story, but I know up to about the level of detail where, they accused him of threatening to kill Amanda, the manager, and like that level of detail, and that was totally false. And every time they've been in there, they've had cameras on them. But of course, proving that you've had cameras on you every time is tricky. But I know up to about that level of detail, and that the cops were trying to get him to like saying well, we can't just let them get out of here without getting arrested for some reason and whatnot. But I'm beyond that. Whatever specific thing this is, I don't know.
Well, basically, the new update is the fact that there is a lot of people pushing to get the feds in there to investigate the American Fork Police Department. That there are ties between high-ranking members of the American Fork Police Department and the two people that went in there and took over this particular brick and minifigs store in a hostile takeover. And
it was a hostile takeover.
Yes, it was a hostile takeover. It was really messed up. It came in the middle of the damn night in a U-Haul truck, kicked out the old owners, Crystal, and I think his name is Ben. It's a married couple who were wanting to sell their franchise store back to the corporate because they were going to be moving out of the United States, but not because of business, but because of politics. They didn't like the fact that Trump got elected.
Okay,
but that's beside the point.
Yeah, that's a little silly, but so Ben is not the one in these lawsuits.
Okay, Reckless Ben is the one in the lawsuits. Crystal and her husband is actually now suing Bricks and Minifigs for violating their contract, and because there's enough former franchise owners that corporate has done the same thing to, that they've been able to show a pattern. Oh, Alice Crazy's here. Sweet.
Hey!
You guys made it.
Hey!
Okay.
So we will be able to do the UFC next. Woohoo! All right. But yes, the Bricks and Minifigs thing, it's getting insane. And Reckless Ben's lost. He won. Him and the Menzies family won the first lawsuit against Brick and Minifigs, and they were trying to enforce it. And then they had to personally sue, because the main corporation was still ignoring them. They then had to sue the two chuckleheads that refused to give back the Lego collection and was trying to screw the people out of the money that they had of for the products that had already been sold. It's this is a wild one. We'll probably end up having to do a second deep dive on Bricks and Minifigs, a part two, because so much more stuff has been revealed with the investigations that's still ongoing on this.
Yeah, and I think you just confused the hell out of Kish too.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
So no, it's super Kish. So this one is super deep, and I think it got super deep. It got super deep because not only are we dealing with
don't say it. That's what she said. Damn it!
I mean, it didn't help that I got a phone call in the middle of your explanation and then had to like mute it to like it was a spam call, and like it totally cut out like 30 seconds of the middle early part of your explanation. Now, I've seen some videos about the Bricks and Minifig situation, some long form stuff like Asmongold and Nuxnor and what have you.
Oh, Asmon covers it quite well. If you saw Asmon's the first two-part, he did the two-parter, I believe.
I'm not sure which ones, but I've seen some episodes of it, and I do have at least an understanding of some of the stuff and the links that people have gone to try to get them to sue the plaintiffs and the small court stuff.
It's all very
I've seen a lot of stuff about this particular case, and I am dissatisfied with the legal system as a result.
Oh, amen. And I think it's great that we do have the right to sue. It's phenomenal. It just gets really, really shitty on the basis that you can sue somebody. And, I hate legal waste. Like, my biggest thing is, they're government employees. We pay for that. The fact that frivolous lawsuits drive me up a wall. And to think I once wanted to become a lawyer. Ha! So that's one thing. The other thing is the police department is totally so shit and corrupt. And then you throw the YouTube on top of it, the YouTuber, YouTube, the legalities of that, the inner workings of YouTube, independent media. Like, this story just keeps ever developing. And I think that's one of the crazy parts of this is it's this massive ongoing thing. And it brings so much into question. It went beyond just Legos at this point.
Yeah.
It's into like full-on local police corruption, conspiracies, legal loopholes for corporations, and like it's into like several different versions of corruption we need to deal with.
Yes. And I love a good conspiracy. I love a good this, that. But when it comes
good conspiracy.
Juicy.
This is why I'm saying we will be having to do a part two deep dive on the Bricks and Minifigs because so much more stuff has been coming out. And in all, I think we'll probably end up having three deep dives because the third one will hopefully be the wrap up once everything's done and over with. Because this case, this is a rabbit hole that's turning out not to be a rabbit hole.
Or one of Alice's holes, it is.
This isn't a rabbit hole. This is a freaking nuclear crater.
One of Alice's. Okay.
This is wild, man. I'm telling you, this is so wild. It's not even funny.
It's the fun.
But like I said, they've killed their own lawsuit, the defamation lawsuit. They've killed it. It's gone. It's done and over with. All the defense has to do is replay this dumbass talking on all the interviews he's been doing about this shit, where he's defamed Reckless Ben, and then actually said that yes, that franchise, those franchise owners did do some what looks to be hokey stuff, and then say, but he also said that the corporate Bricks and Minifigs corporate did not allow their franchisees to do consignments. And this one lawyer slash accountant says, "Wait a minute!" And he goes and he pulls up the franchisees' agreements, proving that in their services that they provide is consignment services, and it's the official Bricks and Minifigs Corporation's basic franchisee contract you sign to buy the into their network.
But that's the whole basis of the store, is
Exactly.
they are a resale store. They got permission from Lego to do whatever, and they were working on bringing in like newer Lego products. But this is the whole basis of the business.
Is consignments.
Is consignments mostly.
The thing that's really going on in there.
Oh, buy, sell, trade. Okay. All right. I'm being fact checked. Is buy, sell, trade. But
like I said, this whole mess is getting, every time they do their interviews, they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're destroying their own cases.
Yeah.
And it's really bad.
You just got to know, like I mean, you know, possession is 90% of the law, or something like that. You know, like if you're gonna hand over possession to somebody, sell it for the full quantity of money. And I get, like, if it's a $200,000 Lego collection, you just got to get the business to give you $200,000.
Well, that's just it. Bricks and Minifigs says that, oh no, we've estimated and appraised it to where it's not even a third of that.
Then you just take possession back. I mean, but they won't let you do that.
That's right.
That's the
They're
problem.
not
That's
giving
what they're
it
trying
back,
to do.
even though there is a court decision from the first lawsuit that the Menzies and Ben did, that they had to give back the unsold Legos, plus give them the money from what did get sold that had not been given to the Menzies family.
Did they? I mean, but they got a court order telling them to do that?
Yes, they have a court order. They were trying to present the court order at the main headquarters of Bricks and Minifigs, and the Bricks and Minifigs CEO called the police to drag them off and set up a restraining order to where they could not go onto the headquarters. So they had to file a second lawsuit against these guys, and they were
For
going to
violation of a court order. Yeah, the guys involved with that should go to jail. Like, they should actually do some hard time.
Yep. All right. Tim says, so years ago, I sold my old goalie gear to a sports consignment shop. It was either do a consignment on it or get the cash up front. And I took the cash up front. Yeah. My grandmother, when she had the antique store, if what they were asking was too much, she would allow them to do a consignment, because antiques can get really expensive, and you only have so much cash on hand to be able to buy stuff to resell it. And so I get that. I know a lot of it. All right. Alice and Crazy will be right back. They got a phone call. All right, cool. Now, our next story is... Whoa. What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like somebody. It sounded like
Somebody farted, man.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to take.
All right.
Sounds like
Center
somebody's partially unplugged, I think.
Yeah. All right. Our next story. Well, our next segment. All right. Rest in peace, Dave Lee Chase, the voice of Lilo on Lilo and Stitch. She passed away at the age of 35 of complications from meningitis.
She was also the ring girl as well.
Yes. And she was only 35, man. That's a kick in the teeth right there. And damn, man. Damn.
I need to know. Have Stitches people made comment yet?
Yeah, it just then we've also got a bit of news about Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson. It was announced that he's battling an aggressive form of cancer. So please keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers. Also, keep Shrubby's mom in your thoughts and prayers because she's had some complications from her hip replacement. And Shrubby said that when he told her that we're keeping her in our thoughts and prayers, it made her feel a whole lot better. So please keep praying for Shrubby's mom. Plus, add the Clarkson and his family into your prayers as well if you can. And cancer's is no joke, man. That's one of those things of holy crap. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. Oh shoot.
What? Oh.
What's going on?
Private chat. Damn. Just as we were talking about this. Damn.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. We might have more people to add to the prayer list in a minute.
Yeah, this is serious.
Yeah.
Or for those that know right now.
And Jason Love says, Shrubby prayers. I now all too well. My mom had epilepsy. Yeah. And Jamie says that KFC has rebranded its logo. Uh-oh.
I gotta see this. Hang on.
Check that
No,
puppy out.
No. They did. They just gave him. They had him work out and have some. They gave him a black belt. So he's been working out and he's got a black belt now, and that's about the only difference. They were tired of people saying he looked like a stick figure with that little ascot. So they had him work out for a little while and gave him a black belt. So now he's like karate KFC.
Karate.
Karate KFC.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The dojo for the world's finest races.
But you see what I'm talking about? How he's been working out and now he's got a black belt now?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me...
He's got a black belt.
All right. Let me pull this up real quick.
All right.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this.
He's like the buff colonel.
You. All right, it's down below. All right, so this is their old logo, and this is their new logo.
See, he's been working out. He's got a black belt and everything.
Yep.
Posing, everything.
He's got shoulders. Well,
remember Danielson. Gravy on, gravy off, gravy.
whoa.
Let's see. I got an even bigger version. I just need.
You do in the oil, out of the oil, in the oil, out of the oil.
Please stop making this easy for me.
Oh my God!
He's so beefy now. Look at those elbows.
Wait, guys, even look at his hair though. Look at the hair on top because it looks.
You know what? This makes me feel a little bit better for one reason. This makes me feel better for one reason. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh, goodness. What are you doing?
All right. Make this big. They can no longer say, I look like the Colonel.
I mean...
I still headcanon that you are George Lucas. Like you're the real George Lucas who secretly slid into retirement while some other lizard person took your place.
Oh, that would be funny.
Hey man, don't say true things like they're insults.
Oh God, if I was George Lucas, things would be very, very different, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
In fact, our happy butts would be doing some really cool stuff, man.
There still wouldn't be any bras in space, though.
Hell, my happy butt wouldn't be living in this crappy apartment with a front door and a kitchen and bathroom cabinet that all need to be replaced.
Yep. We'd be living well, not on Coruscant, man. That's just too damn busy of a planet, man. Wouldn't want to live there.
Now, I like
Naboo. Their politics would be terrible.
I like Naboo better personally.
Oh, Naboo would probably be the place to go live with all the waterfalls and stuff. Oh yeah,
they have such a beautiful landscape there.
Yep. Or Hoth. I'd want to probably go live in Hoth. That'd be a nice place to live.
Hoth would be great for like winter recreation, but you know.
It's a shame what happened to Alderaan. Alderaan would be lovely.
Yeah, but it went boom. All right. Depending on how the phone call that Alice and Crazy are having right now, we might need to put off the UFC till next week.
Yeah,
did we already go over the full of the Anthony thing?
Yeah, we'll be doing a deep dive on the Karmelo Anthony because there's just so much to it that right there is going to be a 2 to 3 hour show just on it because there was so much stuff, like the video that showed him killing Metcalf, all the witnesses, which included a lot of black kids, sitting there saying no, Karmelo was the aggressor, and the fact that the coach had approached Austin Metcalf, and said that he wanted to see him take a much more leadership position. And when he saw Karmelo going through people's property, their backpacks and stuff, and told him he had to get out of their tent. And that was the reason why he kept putting himself between Karmelo and his teammates and the other students. And the coach is feeling they said that he's dealing with a lot of guilt because he feels that one of the reasons why Metcalf stood up to tell Karmelo he had to get out was because he was trying to be a good leader and protect his teammates and his classmates there from his school.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that's going to be a deep dive. It might be, we might do it Friday. I'm not sure. It all just depends.
I wasn't sure if we'd already like exhausted that topic. I mean, I know I joined before we like actually went live and all that.
Yeah, like I said, I've already was planning on a deep dive for Karmelo Anthony, the trial, because there's just so much to it that the mainstream media has not covered because it goes against the narrative that they wanted. Because the mainstream media has been pushing this was a racial thing when it was a thug thing. It was straight up remove the race from it. Karmelo Anthony was in the wrong from the very start. He admitted to the police, yes, I did it. Do you think I could get away with saying I did it in self-defense? And it's just really fucked up. And
yeah, I mean,
Icarus says, did you see that Karmelo's family roached out and weren't even there for the sentencing? They weren't there for the sentencing, nor for the victim statements. As soon as it came out, they left. And left him sitting there crying. And he was crying so bad, they had to take him in the back till he calmed down to come back out to finish it up. I mean, like his parents milked the situation to get a bunch of money and then bailed on him. Yes, exactly. That's one of the big things that will be. I went on a rant about this because that's not what a parent is supposed to fracking do. If the parents would have been smart, they would have done what the lawyer told them to do. And that was take the plea deal that was offered to accept a manslaughter charge where he would have spent 7 years in prison. And Mr. Metcalf himself, the father of the murdered victim, tried to work with the Anthony parents to do just that. And all they did was starting to attack the entire Metcalf family and say they were just a bunch of racists. Yeah, like I said, this is going to have to be a big time deep dive. Anybody who wants to join the panel for that one that has been doing research on it, drop me a line. We'll set that up. I've been trying to decide when to do it because Cash wants to talk about it too and go into detail on this stuff because there's just so much stuff that's not getting reported in the mainstream news because it breaks the narrative that the mainstream has been pushing for decades that's divided us between the races. We've got to stop it. That's why I created this channel.
Well, can I say some things? Because I don't know about Friday or a lot. Like I got a pretty busy weekend coming up, and if you're trying to do that Friday, that's not going to work for me. But I'd love to say a little bit.
We could possibly anytime that I can get everybody together to do it. I don't know when we would do it, but when I can line everybody up to do it, that's when we'll do it. When everybody's available, and we can figure that out on the server and try to find out who wants to join in and when they can do it. Because I would love to see if I could talk Alice and Crazy if they can get me in touch with Stone Cold Loki to get him on there so he can talk about what life's going to be like for Karmelo Anthony in prison because he is a corrections officer. And I would love to have somebody to do that.
Well, I'd love to talk about too like there's 5 elements of a proper self-defense claim that are laid out by and Andrew Branca. Like he's got like innocence, imminence, reasonableness, proportionality, and avoidance.
Yeah.
And like, there's a
Cash, I
lot of
just sent
things
you,
about this particular one that just don't fit that set of circumstances. And but I did see a lot of people talking about something that I thought was dumb from the get-go, where they were like, well, no, like, you've got this weapon with you that demonstrates intent. And it's like, no, that's not how it has to work for self-defense purposes. Like, people need to be able to carry stuff. It's whether you've used it lawfully or not. And he did not.
Well, he had already been suspended from school and was not allowed to participate in the track meet because he had carried a knife on to his school campus already. He was already in trouble for carrying a knife.
Yeah, that's all, and like that's all fine and good, but people are trying to take like the possession of something as demonstration of intent, and I think that doesn't work.
Well, in this case, it's one of those things where he kept getting told to stop carrying it on school property because that's breaking the law. You're not supposed to be carrying knives on school property.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's when you've got
I think the sentence that he got was just, but not for that reason.
I don't think that's what Cash is saying, Jamie, that it's not Karmelo's fault. No, that's not what he's saying.
No. I'm not saying that it's not his fault. I'm saying it is his fault, but not because he had the thing, because of how he used it.
Yeah. Well, Icarus says, I wouldn't be surprised if Karmelo Anthony's fate in prison ends up being the same as that of Aaron Hernandez. What was Aaron Hernandez's fate? I'm drawing a blank right offhand. I'm smart, but I'm also dumb.
I'm not stupid, but I am crazy. How about that?
Yeah, that works too.
Kind of a reversal, a reversal of one of my catchphrases. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid.
Oh, did he die in prison? Because he was the Patriots football player?
Not surprised.
Okay, we're going to have to put off the UFC thing till next week. Everybody, please keep Alice crazy and Alice's dad in your thoughts and your prayers. I'm not going to say why. Just keep them in your thoughts and prayers, okay? They're going to be needing it. Former tight end of the New England Patriots ended up committing suicide in prison after he was sent there for murder. Okay. I don't follow sports usually. Ever since I got to where I couldn't play sports, I stopped following it because it just really. If I can't do it anymore, I don't like watching it and being reminded of what I can't do. And Cash, I sent you the link to the American Patriots Pad server. I thought I'd already sent it to you. So, all right. So there you go.
I just wasn't sure which server.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like that's where there and Huevo's got a server that he uses that he set up because he also does video game news stuff with his real life friend group, and they trade back information all the time on his server.
Yeah.
Am I going to give out the link to that? That's up to him.
Yeah. You have the power to do that, and you have my permission as well.
All right, give me 1 second, and I'll do it. There we go. And there's the other one. Because yes, the the Rob Schneider will pay the fines for the Major League Baseball players. That to me is so awesome, man. Even though to me most of these ball players probably make as much money as he does. I mean, dang. It's just wild to me that whole bit. Since we're putting off the UFC till next week, that also is going to include the chuckleheads that got arrested for planning the terrorist attack on it. Because I was going to have Wavo pull up the picture of this dude that they arrested for coordinating it, because he looks like Tool Room Timmy from Breadstick Ricky and the Boss Man. It's messed up, man. So yeah, that'll be next week.
Did you see though with the UFC thing how the storms parted?
Yeah. Well, what gets me is all these chuckleheads saying, "Oh, that was taxpayer money that did all that." No, it wasn't. Dana White paid for all that out of his own pocket.
He did, but also the storms, like the weather itself, like the storms narrowly parted right around that zone.
Yeah, it was wild, man. I can't wait till next week when we talk about this. There's just so much stuff that went on with it that's just, oh God, it's just so cool.
I gotta tell you, watching some of that stuff from the background, where like the coolest thing for me was when they had the cameras in with the fighters as they're walking out, and you see the one guy in the Oval, I think it was the Oval Office,
Yes.
or wherever, reading the Constitution before he goes out to, the octagon.
Yeah. It was something special, man. Man, it's just really good. And James Wood has a great post about it. Yeah. I like James Woods. He's really cool.
Oh yeah, Hades is a cool guy.
Okay. Our last story of the night's going to be the Grooming Gang report that was released. And do you have it ready, Bubba?
Yep. I got the tangent bell right here.
Got the rant one too?
Well, the same bell, but still.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Chippy's over there. Are you drooling? Are you really drooling? Damn. Chippy's drooling.
Well, Richard, it may not be drool, when a wood chipper gets to be a certain age.
When a man likes a woman very much.
Oh God. Okay.
When a man loves
All right.
a woman.
He dribbles in front.
Everybody take a deep breath.
Better than dribbling in the back.
Let it out. All right. For those who don't know what grooming gangs means, that's what the UK refers to a rape gang, where they are going after preteen girls that don't have a father in the home. It's predominantly Pakistani, Muslim, and Indian. This has been going on since at least the early 1980s, and it might have been happening sooner than that. The politicians in the UK have greatly betrayed the most vulnerable citizens of their country for almost 50 years now. This story is really, really bad. These grooming gangs, girls in cages, people around them not caring, not stopping, lots and lots of grape. Yes, exactly, Jason Love. It's bad, okay? The conservative number of girls that this has happened to is 250,000. And this is a low number because there are girls that have fallen through the cracks. There are girls that just disappeared that fit the profile of the victims of this shit. And 250,000 little girls that they know of. 250,000 that they know of. Okay. All right.
I'm not sure whether to be disgusted, appalled, or enraged.
How about all three and just call it even?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Is Alice okay? Crazy?
I'm good. I just had to. Sorry. Switch gears for a second.
All right. Well, you guys want to do the UFC tonight or put it off?
No, we can do it. Let's do it.
All right. We'll do that right after we get finished with the. All right, guys. The Grooming Gang report. I've got it downloaded so I can read it. And I will be doing a deep dive on the Grooming Gang scandal because this is going to definitely be a Rumble exclusive because of the subject matter. And I'm just letting everybody know that this is going to be coming up. And I'm going to give everybody a heads up warning since it is going to be a Rumble exclusive. You know what that means.
You're going to cuss.
I am not going to sugarcoat how I feel about it.
Juaraevo's going to need a bigger tangent jar.
I'm gonna need to get a tangent cowbell at this point.
And a fire hose. Don't forget the fire hose.
And a partridge in a pear tree with a gunshot wound.
This is going to be heavy, guys, and I'll send out the link to everybody to the PDF so y'all can read it of what this report says. I'm going to warn you now. Let me pull this up, and I will tell you how much is in it. Where did I put it? Because there's a lot in it. Let's see, where did I put you? Oh, that's not it. Nope, not it. Nope, not it. It's a thick report, guys. And this is gonna make people. You're gonna be looking at people differently from a specific community after you read it. That's the only way I can put it. It's that bad.
Is this going to make the? Does this make the Epstein list thing look like a drop in the bucket?
I mean, I don't know about the cannibalism parts, but
it's gonna make Epstein look like a good guy.
That tells me everything I need to know.
How do you make Epstein look like a good guy? Have we not established he is not?
Like I said, this report on the grooming gangs, it's about the failures of this stuff getting out and the fact that politics an entire political party went out of their way to keep this all from coming out for politics. And it's basically not even a conspiracy. It was government policy to keep it from happening. And the current Prime Minister, Starmer, is one of the architects of that policy. Can you see why I am so upset and I'm fighting to control what I'm saying right now?
I know, I can hear it in your voice, Richard.
Yeah, he is. It is rare for him to put this much effort into maintaining self-control.
And
well, it doesn't usually take that much. He's pretty good about his self-control, but
he is putting out way more effort than he usually does, and that is saying something for Richard.
Yeah,
this is dealing with kids, man, and the systematic, organized abuse of children, and then the government knowing it's happening, covering it up, and not allowing literally the government itself victimized the victims. Okay, when the victims went to authorities and reported it, they were made to be lying about it, made to be called racist, bigots, called sluts and prostitutes. Even if that was true, they were still under fucking age when this shit was happening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone here is Team Wood Chipper with you.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I think at this point we should take every government official in every government on Earth and just throw them through a wood chipper. Because at this point, their faith in humanity meter.
Several governments on Earth could lock you up for that. You might want to.
In Minecraft.
Yeah. You might want to end Minecraft for that stuff.
I no longer give a shit. There is zero faith left to be had in humanity. All of humanity as a collective species, the whole planet just needs to be glassed.
This is just like I said.
Somebody get Unicron on the horn.
Let me direct you to Genesis 9:12-16 once more.
All right, do me a favor, Wavo. Bring up the picture of the guy that got arrested for plotting the terrorist thing and put it in the Slack for me.
Let me see.
All right, Alex, crazy. Are you ready to talk UFC fight?
Yes, let's do it.
All right.
Which Tyson proper?
The dude that looked like Tool Room Timmy, man.
I have no idea who the hell Tool Room Timmy is.
Hold on.
Are you talking about Are you talking about the Tyson proper?
Yes, that's him.
All right, here we go. Pull you over here.
All right,
All
we're going
right.
to start out with the fact that they were talking about, the FBI said that they had credible threats, terrorist threats, to attack this event.
And they were all homegrown lefties from what's coming out now.
And this is one of them. I'm not using his name. I'm just wanting people to see what he looks like. He looks like the character Tool Room Tim from Breadstick Ricky and the Boss Man. I love watching those little shorts. They are funny as all get out. I watch them and I giggle. My favorite characters are Ricky and Roscoe. I love Roscoe. He reminds me so much of my dad. It's not even funny. But yeah, this is. Take a look at this dude. Just look at the dude.
Okay.
You know, it's you know, they pulled what they pulled last year trying to cancel the 4th.
Yeah.
You know what, you know, from my observation, these people hate America.
Yeah.
Okay. They hate what we stand for. Yes, our government is the biggest mother effing experiment that it will be 250 years old come July 4th. Okay. We are a baby nation. Okay. But we're making it work. Okay. Yeah. So when they do things like try, and I don't care if people thought it was, you know, an over the top display of, you know, bouginess. Okay. It is all leading up to something, the greatest celebration of our nation. And for these people to have this plot, okay, luckily it did not go off. Luckily, there was lots of fail safes in plan, you know, fail safes in place that the event went off without a hitch.
Yeah, the fact that they were going to use drones filled up with explosives to target the buildings, and then as people were trying to flee to get away, they were going to pick them off and all this other shit.
Why do you hate the country you live in this much? If you don't like it here, get to step in. We are trying to make our nation great again. Whether you agree with who's in the house or who's not, what I'm looking at is the consensus of people I know, the people on the tube, the people who want to bring our country back together to what it was. Yeah. And it's not even, you know, like I said, about who's in office. Our nation is tired. The people are now speaking. And for this little bitty group of people who are so indoctrinated beyond belief, we want to sabotage anything that shows strength in our country. There were nationals, you know, people from other nations there. Okay, that was huge. The diplomatic relations alone in this event, okay, were amazing. The fact that most of those fighters thanked the country, our country, thanked Trump, and thanked God for allowing us to do this. How do you look at that? Look at that fighter, okay, who had the guy he was fighting was much younger than he was, okay, to stand in the Oval Office, our flag draped around you, and to be standing there with that document, looking at it, okay, how you do not have American pride, how that doesn't give you goosebumps. I don't want to say then you don't know what it's like to be American, but then it's like, how has our country or being part of this country not touched your heart? Like, even when Kish was like, oh, don't, you know, earlier he was joking with Juaraevo and said, well, you know, some countries will get you, whatever for that statement, we can make those statements. I don't think people realize how other regulated, freedom of speech is in other countries and how great we do have it here. It's not perfect, but look at that.
That's one of the things we'll be talking about next week when we talk about the World Cup. How so many of the Europeans that have come here to see the World Cup they're doing videos talking about how they can't believe that America is as great as it is, and it's nothing like what they had been told America was like.
I have to say something real quick. To say something real quick because I had a long talk with Rainbow Sparkle about this earlier this week. Alice made the comment that people in other countries have things worse off than we do.
Yeah.
There are so many people in America saying, "Oh, well, I'm so oppressed. I'm so oppressed. You hurt my itty bitty bitch baby fucking feelings." Bitch! Go to Afghanistan. Go to Iran. Go to Iraq. Go to the fucking UK. Go to any Muslim-controlled country and openly proclaim out in the streets that you are gay, that you are lesbian, that you are trans.
Or even
and see how quickly they chop your fucking head off.
Yes.
Yep.
And go to the UK and post anything that is remotely negative on Twitter and see how fast they fucking arrest you.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back to America and complain about being fucking oppressed.
Well, can I add something to that myself?
Here we go.
I have to ring the tangent bell on myself.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
I have to ring the tangent bell on myself there.
Hold on, it's not done yet.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
But see,
And it's not done yet.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
That's enough.
Juaraevo's reaction is the reaction that every loving American should have.
Yeah.
That is love for country. And when we stop teaching that in schools, when we stop showing our children that the values and things that made this country phenomenal and great and made the ultimate experiment work so far.
Yep, that's why he got 3 golf claps in a row.
Well,
That's 3 stars, dude. You got.
I have never shown that much rage on stream before. I have never felt that much rage live.
Can I?
You got the. Let it be
Casey
known, Waymo
wants
got
to
the
speak.
first 3 golf clap on this channel. With his righteous rage, he got the 3.
Yeah.
Casey wishes to speak.
I thank you. I don't know that I can beat what you just did, but I want to add something.
Yes, sir.
What really gets to me is
Wait for this one. Go ahead, Casey.
okay. What really gets to me is that I see so many people in this country today that think, oh my God, I should get more. I should get more from this country. This country owes me so much. I don't know. I'm so poor. I'm so destitute. Well, I got to tell you something. If you want to talk about poor and destitute, you go over to some of these Latin American countries. You go over to places in China and India and shit like that, and you see these people working for next to nothing, and then you come back and you see a a delivery driver in the U.S. And, they're complaining that not everybody's making $20 an hour. But what other country do you think you could find that all you got to do is sit in your car and drive and you can make money?
Mhm.
Come the fuck on. I mean, I sit here and I look at these people who are like, oh, and I live around a lot of them. Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed. I'm so oppressed. It makes me sick. When you see guys like I saw from the other night come over here and they're like, one of the things I noticed was a lot of them, almost everybody in fact, one of the things they did when they got up in the octagon and they won or they lost was they were thanking God for the opportunity to come and do this. And the fact that some little chucklehead would want to plan something to kill hundreds of thousands of people just because something didn't go their way or somehow or another, the country isn't everything they want it to be. Well, that's the great thing about this country. If you have a problem with this country, you can take it to the ballot box.
Mhm.
There are a lot of countries where if you have a problem with the government, and you try to take it to them, you know what you'll get instead? You'll get a fucking bullet to the brain.
Uh-huh.
And when we get to this little video clip, it'll
Remember,
also go
hold
like
on.
Juaraevo's rage that
All right,
he
hold
just
on.
let out.
All right, hold on.
I
As
actually had
Casey
to.
was saying, step one is the soapbox. Remember that. This is how our system was set up. Step one, soapbox. Step two, ballot box.
Step 3, ammo box.
I actually had to stop myself. I had to cut myself off. Otherwise, I legitimately would have had an aneurysm.
Well, and I know we watched a little bit of this the other night, but I know none of y'all saw this clip. Casey, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" Because it goes back to when Juaraevo was like, "Yeah, you can't fake this." So,
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and play it real quick, get it out the way. Here we go. Watch this kidney. That was the end of the fight. I mean, you can watch; those ribs are busted.
But but this is a lot of American grit being put out there. This is homegrown American boy with a dream that stopped at nothing. And then a cocky Spaniard came in who said, I'm the best, I'm the greatest. And he said, not in my house.
And then ended up at the end like that.
Can I say the thing though? I'm a little concerned because I mean, I know this is the 250th, and this is the reaction we're seeing with the violence that we're seeing in response. But in a couple of years, it's going to be there's only a couple dates for the resurrection that were about 7 years away from being 2,000 years ago, or maybe 5 years away, depending upon which date you go with. But there's three dates being considered, and I know the Catholic Church is celebrating the Jubilee in 7 years. And I'm concerned that there might be something even worse when it comes to the 2000th anniversary of the resurrection.
I'm and I think as far as that is concerned, I'm Jewish, so I have a little bit different viewpoints on it. But what I do honor is the fact that knowing these dates is affecting people, or it should affect people. And whether or not it materializes, when it does, I think that inward reflection needs to truly happen. Because if you even look at it as just, and I'm just going to say it for this purpose of what I'm talking about, even if you look at it as just a rebirth story, okay? Because in a sense, you sort of can. I think it's a lot that people need to take a look at their values and take a look at bringing it home and putting a lot of God back in their lives. So,
Yeah.
But do you think that people might make terrorist attacks?
Oh, absolutely. I think that you are going to see, unbeknownst of fighting, just because people love to fulfill prophecy. People, I feel, sometimes go out of their way to, instead of letting things play out, adding to it, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
sure.
All right, let's use a little bit of real world stuff here, okay? Those who don't know about this, okay, people know the two main branches of Islam are Shia and Sunni. The Wahhabists are the extremists of the Sunni strain of Islam. Now, very few people know this about the Shia strain. There is an extremist.
Bless you.
There is an extremist sect of the Shia faith called the Twelvers. Now, the Twelvers actually believe they can trigger the end times and bring back the 12th Mahdi, which is supposed to be a religious leader who is a direct descendant of Muhammad, who's supposed to be this little kid hiding in a well somewhere in Syria. I talked about this in the deep dive on the Iran issue, because the Twelvers, that's the group of Muslims that are running the Islamic State of Iran. And a lot of people forget that Muslims are not the main majority in Iran. They just are in charge now, and they're forcing that on everybody. Christopher Walken, Viggo Mortensen as the devil, The Prophecy. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good movie.
Hearing all this talk of terrorists and all that, all that does is remind me of all the deep-seated hatred in our society of America among our own people and of the flag.
Yeah.
It saddens me to say this, but Rainbow Sparkle is one of those people who does not like the American flag.
okay, but can she tell you why?
I don't discuss such things with her very often, but from what she has said, I believe it has something to do with the false notion that it seems to represent intolerance and transphobia.
Okay, and then and I love Rainbow, and I feel like,
Well, I straight up made it clear that is not what our flag stands for, and it in fact stands for her right to believe that is what it stands for.
Exactly.
well, and you gotta remember, okay, trans did, when Betsy Ross sewed that flag, okay, there was no trans.
Yep.
And so it was all about sewing it for freedom, for camaraderie, You know, her hands didn't, I'm sure, because I do a lot of sewing and y'all know that. And I'm poking myself all the time. If there wasn't a little bit of her own, for lack of better terms, blood put into that flag, okay, then I don't know what was. Is everybody keeps molding these things and blending these things, and ultimately, you know, we've taken away from what our country was originally founded on, and why she does have those freedoms now to think those things. And you know, we are blessed on YouTube in the sense that we get to interact with people from all different walks of life, all different ideologies, and enlighten people. And it almost hurts my heart that that's what she thinks our flag stands for, because that hurt doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
That hurt wasn't there back when this happened. You know, and I see it a lot, even like with what I sent to Richard, or, you know, what I hear from my younger ones at work. And sometimes I just want to look at them and say, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Our views are different, but we have a right to have those different views. Just, we weren't, fear is something that I feel that needs to just kind of, there's always going to be fear of oppression, fear of whatever.
Yeah.
But
and it's important, and I'm just now thinking about this. It's important to recognize the symbolism of each individual part of the flag.
oh, the star, each stripe color meant something. Each star meant something. They picked a star for a reason.
Yep. And even the number of stars, the number of stripes, every single bit of that means something.
I believe something was for the 13 original colonies.
That was
right.
Are y'all familiar with the story of the siege of Fort Henry?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
The
the national anthem itself, and the meaning behind every word of our national anthem.
Yep.
Is there anyone here? So I hear a lot of yups. Is there anyone here who would like some clarification?
No, there's this beautiful video on here on YouTube that I recommend people go watch, especially the one that's it's Europeans react to it.
The Star Spangled Banner as you've never heard it.
That's right. And
yeah, is there anyone here that's not familiar though while they're here with us?
Jason said he would like to hear it.
All right. So, I mean, the aside from just playing that video, the basic idea is Francis Scott Key went to negotiate a prisoner exchange with the British. So, like, this was the American Revolutionary War, and he went on to one of the British ships to negotiate the exchange of British prisoners for American prisoners. And while he was there, he was a lawyer at the time. He was negotiating like a 1-for-1 exchange or something like that. But the British guy on the ship told him that, like, by the end of the day, it's not going to matter because you're all going to be British subjects again. And apparently they had like this large fleet of warships that were coming into Fort Henry to lay siege to the fort and take it over. And so while there were a number of Americans underneath, They said that they had sent word ahead to to Fort Henry that if they would just lower the flag of the Star Spangled Banner, they would end the assault immediately, and they would take control, and they would they would be British subjects again. But all through the night, there was continuous cannon fire, like no kidding. Every time a cannon stopped firing, another cannon started firing. Like it was
Yep.
And the
continuous
ramparts we
throughout
walked.
through. Yeah. You'll see. Yeah. So they there was a period of time where they were just firing on the fort, even though the fort contained men, women, and children. Like it was a settlement, and also there was some military action going on there. But so they kept firing, and at a certain point in the night, they instructed that the cannons all fire specifically on the flag itself. And even though they had several confirmed hits throughout the night, they could see that torn and tattered flag continuing to fly above the ramparts in between the explosions of the munitions. And like the people down in the hold in the British ship just kept praying. They just kept praying that that they would prevail through the evening. And they ultimately, even though there were many confirmed hits on the flag itself, on the flag pole itself, it just kept standing throughout the night at a weird angle, but it kept standing. And it turned out that in the morning time, that flag was still standing at whatever crazy angle, torn to absolute shreds as it was. There were many confirmed hits on there, and what happened was throughout the night, people in that fort, anytime that the flag was knocked down, they would stand the flag up with their own bodies. Like there was a pile of corpses at the bottom of that flagpole, as they kept running in to, with their own hands, stand it up so that it would continue to fly through the whole night.
Yep. And that's the.
And that's
So-
why we don't let the flag touch the ground.
Yep.
And I can honestly say, if you've never been at a proper flag retirement ceremony, you are missing out on the respect for our flag.
Yeah. And that's where it really bugs me, knowing American history as I do, knowing the significance of the flag and the story behind it, and all of the brave men and women who died, or as is the case with Richard, were injured in the line of duty. It pisses me off to no end to hear such venom, such hate for our country, such disrespect among our own people.
Yes.
If you don't like our country, get the fuck out. If you don't like America, there is no place for you in America. Go somewhere else where you think you'll be more free. Good fucking luck, assholes.
Yeah.
If you don't like America, get the fuck out. If you don't like our flag, get the fuck out.
Why does everyone want to come here? Because it's way better, you idiots.
Yeah, how many
Hold on. Wavo.
Once you get
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Before you do the triple golf clap again, Richard, I have one other thing to say. We should have a policy put into place that if you leave our country because you decide you don't like it here, you should never be allowed to come back ever.
Yep. I look at it this way. When you give up your citizenship that way, 3 generations cannot come back.
Yes.
Yep. And along with the golf claps, I got one for Juaraevo too.
All right.
Down there.
Hold on.
Hallelujah.
Wrist.
And boom shakalaka.
Hurt my wrist.
Now, I'm looking at this. Okay, this is something I have said for a while now. All these people that talk about reparations, they completely ignore the fact that there was the Freedmen's Bureau post-Civil War that did reparations for people who had been freed from slavery.
40 acres and a mule, baby. They got theirs.
Yes. Now, all these chuckleheads saying that they want reparations now. All right, here's what we're going to do. Here's the check, but you have to sign this here piece of paper. And here's the ticket where you're leaving the country permanently. You're sacrificing your citizenship, your child's citizenship, and your grandchild's citizenship. None of you can return to the United States for any reason at all.
Yes.
If you want the reparations check, there you go. We'll even make an agreement with an African country to take your ass in. But I'm going to warn you, there are a lot of African Americans who have actually done this, who have left the United States and went back to Africa because, oh, America is this racist place that's just so against me just because I'm black, that has gone over there to Africa. There is a YouTuber. She is, I think, from Nigeria or Guyana. I'm not sure what. She's from that area of Africa, and she does her videos. And she reads the Riot Act to African Americans for their entitlement.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
And she's posted videos, TikTok videos, from African Americans who went to Africa, to the motherland, to see how perfect the world would be run by black people. There was this one, she was a dentist and was going to go to Africa and start up a dental practice. And she has done nothing. She's like, oh, this is so awesome, blah, 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 blah. She gets over there, excited. The first few videos she did after she got there, she's super excited, bouncing off the walls, positive. And then she starts talking about the graft and corruption to get anything done and complaining about it. And then it turns into, I want to go back to America because I don't like living here. And talking about how racist the people around her were to her because she was African American. Because this was one of the things we got told when I was in Africa back in the early 90s. Don't have African Americans in your team because the Africans are going to see them and not know which tribe or ethnic group they come from, and that's going to automatically make them your enemy. Some of the most racist, bigoted people that I got dealt with was when I was in Africa, more so than when I was in Asia. And the Asians can be some really racist people, especially China, man.
I was just about to say, aren't the problems in America 100 million times worse in places like Africa?
Yeah, buddy. Look at the Rwandan genocide, man. That's oh God, man.
Yeah, and like recently, so you guys know everybody, well, not everybody because Kish doesn't know, but everybody on the panel, and I think some of us, mostly everybody on the panel knows that I got the offer to do a mission trip to Peru. Well, I recently, like 2 days ago, got an offer to actually go to Africa, to the heart of where the Ebola virus outbreak just happened, to do some surgical mission work. And for as much as I wanted to be a virologist and absolutely adore learning about hemorrhagic viruses and the eradication of and why it's coming back, thinking about the political climate down there, it was like, oh, no, I can't do that.
No.
So because there is so much interracial tribe fighting, because racism is not just a US thing, it's a worldwide thing. And I don't even like particularly love the term racism, but that's what it's just, it's differences.
And simple hate.
Yes, it's right. It's people who have had to fight for their freedoms from other people. It's people differentiating themselves from other people. But all I could think about was wonderful, another opportunity of a lifetime. And I can't even take it because of that fear, because political climates are even hotter in other places than they are now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put it this way. All right. Everybody in the chat, I want you to listen to what I'm saying, and the panel as well. I want you to tell me the difference between a pile of shit, a paper bag of shit, a plastic bag of shit, and a box of shit. What's the difference of these four things?
The container.
Bingo. That's what hate is. Hate don't care what the container holding it is. Yes, a black person can be racist. An Asian person can be racist. A white person can be racist. A green person could be racist. A blue person could be racist. It don't care what color the skin is. Everybody can be a racist against somebody who's not like them, because racism is hate.
Actually, here's a fun fact for you.
Yep.
Racism was invented in the concept of racism, I think, was invented in the 1600s, 16 or 1700s, to justify slavery.
Yeah. Yeah, it's white man's burden and all. And what's really messed up about slavery has existed since the beginning of time. Somebody has always taken control of somebody else and forced them to do stuff they did not want to do. Everybody has been enslaved at some point. The white slave trade was a major issue in the 1770s through the 1780s and onward. That's why the Barbary pirates, we had the whole Barbary Wars, was the fact that you had these people. Hey, happy birthday, Stephen Tombry. Hey, if Archer wants to come on, he's always welcome. But we're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes before we head back, before we touch back on the UFC championship thing again, before we leave. But like I was saying, hate is hate, okay? The history of the Barbary Wars was about these Muslim slavers. They raided all across the Mediterranean, they raided as far as, I think it was Norway and Sweden and everything in between. There were entire towns in Ireland that got wiped out by these slave traders that would go in, raid it, kidnap all the people, and take them back to North Africa and sell them into slavery.
And yet we're still making books about alien slave trading being hot.
Yeah.
Morning glory.
Book club, ladies and gentlemen out there.
Now, what got me, it's like, why are all of these monsters and aliens so interested in humans with JJ? And I'm like, and I told Ginger, because it tastes good when it's nice and clean.
Oh well,
Have
Richard,
Morning Glory Milking Farm? Oh my goodness.
Just wait. Just wait. Because the first good, yummy scene in the new book touches on that, Richard.
Oh my goodness.
Sunday,
Wait, which new book?
Sunday.
Lynn Simmons says, I agree with Richard. It's like Richard speaks the truth. So Jamie Lynn also likes the taste. Woohoo!
Nice.
Awesome. But anyway, I know she was referring to my statements about hate and the containers. But hey, I have to make people laugh right now, because if we don't laugh for this, really get cheesed off enough to really start cursing again. But like I said,
don't get me
I
started.
have brought it up while we were talking about the flag. But one thing that's driving me nuts is I can't have an American flag in our emojis here.
Nope.
I don't know how some people have it, but only one I get is a pride flag, and I've searched and searched.
It's driving me nuts.
YouTube will not give us an American flag for on our accounts to put in chat.
Okay, here's one of the things about the UFC event was all these idiots on Facebook and Twitter X, and especially on Blue Sky, bitching about, look at all of that taxpayer money that got spent on this, when it was all money that Dana White came out of his pocket and nobody else's.
Yep.
It's just
And sponsors.
And he won't do it again because it costs so damn much.
Yep.
And everything was free. There were no tickets sold for that event.
So everything at the Ellipse was free.
Yep. And here's another thing. It's like these same assholes keep saying the same thing about the ballroom. When the ballroom's being built and paid for from donations that Trump was able to raise, to finally build the ballroom that was originally the plans were laid out for it over 120 something years ago.
Isn't he building a deep underground military base underneath of it, though?
Don't make me, Alice. Can you call Ginger and tell her to break out that metal ruler so she can slap him on the PP?
I could try. She's a busy girl. We might have to try to regulate ourselves till she gets a free moment.
Yeah, but you know, Ginger, man, she might actually wield that metal ruler.
I don't know her that well.
But
She's just like,
You're not supposed to talk about that, man.
I don't know about that, man. She's invited to my server, but not for that.
Yeah, but when we tell her, you're talking classified material stuff.
Does she know that stuff? Is that in her rider?
Yep. We've got an agreement. Whenever somebody says stuff that's classified that ain't supposed to go out, she's supposed to break out the katana and do a PP slap. So yeah, you better behave, man. Behave.
You don't want Alice to bring out the speculum.
I know. I was like, I have implements of my own. So I don't want to hear where Kish is going to go with this, but
I don't know. I don't know how well a speculum works on that kind of thing.
Well,
they do put it up where the sun don't shine in the OR.
When it's used by a professional, I'm sure it can service a multitude.
I guess if it's polycarbonate, maybe, but
yeah. Anyway,
where did it go?
Oh, I know a number of people around the world who can put it where the sun don't shine.
See, we'll just get the sound. We'll just get the sound effect. We'll get the. Oh, all right. I'm not wearing anything.
You've got a microphone attached.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right.
That's like the wildest ASMR channel I've ever heard of.
Okay, hold on. Make it big. There you go.
Yeah, I think it could
I'll
be.
get you.
Yeah, you just have just label your ASMR channel that, and just have the sound of totally normal wind chimes.
Anyway,
with a little bit of stirring spaghetti.
but like I said, this is one of those things that gets to me is when people prefer lies to the truth. It just drives me batshit crazy. And even after it's been proven to be a lie, they will still cling to the lie. And it just, I just don't get it. I really don't. That's why I keep saying irrational hatred overwhelms the rational mind and basic common human decency. Jamie Lynn's got a bullwhip.
That's my girl. She knows how to crack that.
That doesn't sound anything like a speculum.
Who does she think she is? Indiana Jones?
Do I need to go? We do not have enough time for Alice to go downstairs, find that whip, and come up here and start cracking it. So,
it's time to wrap up because we've been going at it for 2.5 hours.
Going at it.
All right, Juaraevo, take it.
All right.
What am I?
It also fits the theme.
Huh?
Juaraevo, you've got the stage to tell people where they can find you, man. Hawk your stuff.
I think she meant this. She said.
Well, by this point, you all know me. YouTube.com/Juaraevo or Juaraevo01. I've got a lot going up here over the next few weeks, and keep your eyes open for some new stuff.
There is the link. There we go, right there. There's Wavo's channel's link. What is the don't you have the game that you was telling me about that you're going to be doing?
Huh?
You're doing the run through for the new one. Now that you got the computer all fixed up and everything. Uh-oh.
Wait, which one? I have several.
The dang it! What? Since the new Spyro game is coming out, are you going to be doing that?
I will do a review of the new Spyro game. When it comes out, there is no release date for the game yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a matter of when it comes out versus when I'm able to actually buy it.
All right, cool. All right, Casey, you're up. Hawk your stuff.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here with you all. If you are interested in seeing, if you're interested in like sci-fi horror and fantasy stories, come and check out my channel on YouTube, Casey's Creature Creations. I write and narrate my own stuff. There will be more coming. If you're not subscribed, for that reason, I suggest you really should. If you are subscribed, my advice to you would be, if you haven't been there in a while, go check out some of the videos you haven't checked out. Leave a like, a comment, all that stuff, because it really helps us share. It really helps us to get the word out so that we can continue to create new things for you. I've got about 5 different short videos in the works at the moment, and provided that I get everything done, they should be done fairly quickly. I do need to speak to Tracy after this is all over with that in mind.
All right, sweet. All right. Kashima, you got anything you want to hawk?
Well, I mean, you will find me from place to place and from time to time in this YouTube sphere. Casey, I'd love to talk with you a little bit about some of the stuff. If you needed another voice actor, I'd love to read in on some spooky stuff. But I do have a YouTube channel. If you can spell my name, you have earned the right to subscribe. And you won't find any bullshit notifications about stuff that's not upcoming because there's nothing there yet, but eventually there will be. So by all means, find me, subscribe to my channel, and I'd love to chat with the rest of you about some stuff.
Okay. And that's
Chlamydia.
Don't listen to Richard at all. Listen to me. It's so similar.
I try not to. I mean, he's so many shows. I love him, but I try not to.
Kissimala, spelled just like it says there on the card.
Well, I can't see how it's spelled on the card, so that's why I got to do
KSHTHYMYLA.
All right. We also now have Allison Crazy up.
So as always, I'm Alice. He's Crazy. You can find us on Crazy Horse 1985. We love doing happy hour with all y'all at Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Book club this week is Sunday at 7 p.m. tentatively that everybody schedules Eastern Standard Time. And it is going to be, in Richard's words, hot. I think we've actually found a book that is bringing the spice level. I am super to hear what the girlies have to say about it. We're doing Ice Planet Barbarians if anybody has extra time and wants to read up. We also have going to do a July 4th off the cuff special because not everybody can get out and see the stuffs and things on July 4th or how our nation is going to honor it. So we're going to do it right here live with each and every one of you. And yeah, our favorite thing is collabing.
Yeah, gotta keep the strikes off the channel because I might just get hit that night.
Oh, we might so get copyright hit that night, but that's okay because it's for the greater good and it's just fucking fun.
Well, one of the things that I'm looking forward to. I always look forward to July the 4th. It's one of my favorite holidays, and I've been trying to think of what to do here on the channel for July the 4th, and for God's sake, what's the name of my channel? The American Patriots Pad. And I'm
like Richard, are we having sundowners already?
And so, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we'll be doing, but we will do something. Who knows? I might see if I can find and play the entire Star Spangled Banner, all 4 verses, because that's hard to find. It's been really hard to find, which sucks.
I know that when I was on Tony's stream Sunday, they did a recording with 2 or 3 of them. I don't know if they had all 4.
He sang those though.
No, the one that I know he can do it, but the one he did on Sunday, he did with Alistair the Radio Demon, and they had a copy of the Star Spangled Banner that they played through his radio at the end of the show. And I know there were at least 2 or 3 verses. I don't know if there were all 4. I would love to hear all 4 of them sung.
They are. It's especially the 4th verse, because the 4th verse puts so much into our faith, our Judeo-Christian faith. That's the 4th verse,
Right.
And it's so beautiful to listen to. My dad had me hunting for it, and I had found a copy of it, and we have no idea what happened to it, but I'm still hoping we can find it. And Jamie Lynn says, be positive and help your neighbors and family and make the world a better and positive, because the world needs a lot of it. Exactly. All right. Y'all know why I made this channel. To try to bridge the gap between this chasm divide that identity politics has created. Let's go out there and be the positive change in this world that we want to see. Because and the way to do it is share what it is you love about Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate, Doctor Who, whatever property it is. Talk about what you love about it. Talk about the classics that brought you into it. Because odds are a lot of these people that like the new stuff have never seen the old stuff. And when they hear why you love it so much, they're going to go watch it. And when they go watch it, odds are they're going to see why you fell in love with it, and they're going to love it too and understand you better. And as I always say, by sharing the love, it puts more love in the world. And this world needs a hell of a lot more love in it. Because, in all honesty, this world has got too damn much hate dividing us. And the only way we're going to be able to combat hate is by facing hate with love. And that's the only way to fix this. And remember, you're never alone. And remember that you are loved. Because I love each and every one of you. Even if I am a broken old fool. But I do love you. I see you guys soon. Take care. Stay safe. And as always,